All right, here we go. This is an in-depth review of the Mezco 1/12 Collective Classic Superman. I already did a review where I got the figure and I opened up the box because I was super excited to have it, and I just wanted to see what it's about. Now that I've had a little bit more time to check it out, I have a deeper understanding of the figure, and my opinion of it is pretty much the same. I still really like the figure, but I see some things that could have been done differently, maybe better. I see things that are probably going to get changed real soon. People are going to mod this figure. So I'm just going to go over it real quick and tell you what I think. All right. I'm going to start by saying the figure comes with a few, but some really nice and really well thought out accessories. All right. First, we're going to start off with just the one we're looking at right now, the chains. Superman comes with these two bendable chains. You probably saw it in the promo pic, but this is how it goes. I thought they were connected, but they're not. They're individual chains made of like a soft rubber. Really well done. Really nice design on there. All right, kind of got this metallic look to it. And the wire goes pretty much all the way to the end, so you can bend this up pretty well. So it's great because you can use it for Superman or for any other figure that you might want to put in chains. Marvel Legend, Mezco, NECA, whatever you want. You get two of those. That's really nice. You get this alternate head, which isn't the head that Superman came with. This is his secondary head. It's an angry sculpt. Very similar to the one that we saw with the Batman versus Superman figure. In that it's got that effect. You can't really see it. It's drowned out by the lights here in my camera. But it's got that effect where it's red around the eyes and the pupils are yellow, and if you shine light on it, it kind of glows, which is kind of cool. Some people are like, meh, whatever. It's a second head. And it's not bad. It's angry, even without the glow effect. It still represents the heat vision pretty well. But I'm going to pop that off and put on the original head that he comes with in the box. I'm going to take it off real quick and bam, snap that on there. All right, now this is the original head that he comes with. You can see nice, decent looking Superman. For their take, it's pretty good. I think there's someone out there, Tony Mai does a custom Jim Lee style, which is really nice, and I might get that because I really want it. I think it would make this figure really awesome. All right, so those are the two heads it comes with. It comes with 3 sets of hands, the fisted hands it starts with in the box. It comes with some kind of bent gripping hands, as you can see here. Nice flesh tones on there. And he comes with 2 flying hands. All right. Another really cool accessory. Kryptonite rock, of course. Can't have Superman without a kryptonite rock, which is pretty good and nice detailed. It's like kind of like stone-ish on the bottom, but then it breaks off in nice crystal, which is really good. You get this nice City of Kandor, a little mini city in a bubble. I believe Brainiac was the one who shrunk this in Superman and never figured out a way to give it back its original size. And then another really cool accessory is featured in the promo shots are little magnetic bullets. It's supposed to show bullets deflecting off of Superman's chest because he's invulnerable. Now the whole shield isn't magnetic, but there are 3 points where you can stick the magnet to. You saw it kind of find it, stick there. So because of that, the shield isn't painted on there. It kind of sticks out a little bit, and some people were like, I don't like it, but for me, I don't mind. The only thing I have noticed is that when you bend all the way back, sometimes the shield has poked the material, but it's so high up there you can't even see it, so it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's a nice effect. I think all in all, they gave you nice effects with the figure of the Kryptonite, the City of Kandor, because if you have any other 1/12 scale Superman figures, you'll be able to use it with those figures. All right, focus out. Another thing, you'll see the belt here. It's kind of like a plastic material. I think they changed that from the original promo pics. But I'll point to that. Point to the shorts he's wearing. This is a grip some people had. I'm not 100% thrilled about it. The belt is stuck there. It's like glued or sewed on. But these are like a vinyl material, like they've done with Deadpool and other figures. And while I do appreciate the shorts, I wish the shorts would have been done out of a spandex material like this and sewn over. I don't know if this is just cheaper or what. I don't know if this looked better, but you can't please everyone. And for what it is, it's decent. The boots are nice. You'll see the little design on top. They've got some design work all throughout, so they're not just plain red boots. Pretty nice. And then at the bottom, the soles with a unique, almost like a thumbprint pattern on the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. All right. The cape spreads pretty wide. All right, and that's not a wired cape, despite people's hopes. Figure delayed for almost 2 years, you would hope there would be a wired cape, but no. There is an S emblem on the back. It's like a vinyl. It's on there. The cape is not attached all the way at the back, so you can pull it down a little bit. And it seems to only be attached here in the front. Nice spandex material for the outfit all around. Good for flexibility. You know, these are very fragile, so I would recommend being careful with them so you don't break them, but I'm going to take those off. And I'm going to go over articulation. Off to the side, you know, all the way to the side, even up a little bit. The nice spandex material doesn't hinder. And like any other Mezcos with this kind of material, when you move the arm up, if you're just gentle with it and you work the cloth, you can get it. Good range of motion for those flight poses, so it won't be in the way. And pop on this other hand. Boom. So, yeah. Alright. So yeah, the material doesn't hinder motion too much. Nothing you can't work around. Alright, but I guess I should start at the top with the head. Back that much. Down that much. You know, most Mezcos have the 2 points of articulation for the neck at the lower neck and then the upper neck where the head switches on and off. Alright. Nice range of motion backwards. Bends back that far. Bends forward that far. Look at your side to side. So, all in all, pretty good. Not really hindered. As I showed you already, the arms go way off to the side. They rotate around. Not much problem there. Just got to finagle the costume. Upper bicep swivel. Double jointed arms. Alright. My thing I love so much. The wrist pegs that rotate. So you're not confined to just one direction of rotation because they will swivel at the base and go back and forth like that, which gives you much more dynamic range of motion in the wrist. I think I call these ankles in the wrist. Right? That's one thing I don't like about the Star Wars Black Series. It's like you get one or the other. You're either going up and down or in and out. Kind of stupid. Now the legs, you do get a nice range of motion, but the costume doesn't stretch too far, so I wouldn't push it. Besides, Superman's not one for doing splits. Got that upper thigh swivel. It's in there, so you can work it if you need to pose it. Those double jointed knees, which come back this far. You don't get much in the range of the boot. You don't really need that much, but you get enough. Up top, full 360 on the ankles, and then the ankle rocker. Down that much, up that much. Not the best, but not the worst, but you do want some range of motion Superman, because he's usually doing something crazy. Stopping trains, throwing crazy wild punches, beating the crap out of people, like it's his job and shit. Alright, so that's it for this figure. I already hit 9 minutes of me rambling, so what I'm going to do is pop this wrist on, not looking like a fool, and do some quick comparisons with some other Mezco 1/12 collective figures, and then call it a day. Before I jump out of here, one thing I said, mods, I see people in the future getting different heads. You know, figures with heads that normally fit on here, 1/10 scale, anything like a NECA size, maybe the Christopher Reeves head, or anything in that scale, some old DC collective figures, a little bit bigger. Heads usually fit on Mezco bodies, so if you can find one of those Supermen, you might be able to find a nice head sculpt to fit on there, maybe like a Kingdom Come or something like that if you want to try different figures. Maybe someone will do something different with the boxes, I don't know. And I see a ton of wired cape mods in the future for this guy. People are either going to put a wire in here or remove this cape and put on their own wired cape. Alright, So, one thing I forgot to mention about this figure, since there's no wired cape, it does come with the stand and the same accessory that was used for Batman versus Superman, Batman versus Superman, and the Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is this wired cape with little armatures or whatever they are over here to give it its posability, and your mini baggie. Yeah, in case you hung all the way in there and you were wondering, I'm gonna add this to the end of the video. Peace. What the heck is that in the background flashing like that? Yeah. Am I about to get abducted by an alien? Shit. One thing I'm going to compare it to immediately is the Henry Cavill Superman from Batman vs. Superman. You can immediately see that Henry Cavill's a little bit taller. Now, I've stared at these. I'm not 100% sure, even though the height is different. Maybe a lot on the legs there. I don't know. I think they're probably the same width. This Superman might not be any bulkier than this guy here. But, whatever. I mean, out of the two, I think this one just looks so much better. The boots in this guy are so-so. Haven't done a review of him, don't think I will, but maybe. Of the two, your classic Superman's your definitive Superman, and with a few mods, he can be an amazing figure. He already is great, top-notch. Not one of my favorite Mezcos, but still a must-have, I think, for your collection, especially if you're a DC-only guy, or maybe if you're only a Marvel-only guy, you might bend the rules just for this dude, alright? So Henry Cavill, cape's a little bit different. This one's a lot brighter red. But then, of course, the costume here is much duller than the bright blue and yellow and red of your classic Superman. Put you off to the side. Who else have we got? Let's throw in the only Batman I have, just because I'm not I don't know. The Dark Knight Rises. There's only maybe one out of the 5 or 6 versions of that figure I want. And that's the gray with the black bat symbol. But it's not so killer that I gotta have it. But here is the Batman from Batman vs. Superman next to him. Decent height. You know, they work well together. Here he is next to the Joker. Why not the Joker? I mean, he is the man who killed Lois Lane in Injustice. And so far, he's really one of the only villains we have. So, you know, you can always make something up. Do a nice little pose. Maybe some nice photography you could set up with that. And then one of my, if not my favorite Mezco figure, the Punisher. Here he is next to the Punisher with a different head on there. And that's the reason I love the Punisher. Is because even though his head sculpts are amazing, the fact that under his shield he's a generic body, it gives you a lot of options and a lot of different playability with this figure. You can see I've got a Marvel Legends Punisher coat on this guy from the Urban Legends. I also have one with the Marvel Legends Gambit coat, the cloth one, not the leather version. Fits on there pretty decently. The holster, you'll see a lot of people doing. Oh, Superman bites the dust. The holster here is also from a Marvel Legend Scourge or Demolition Man figure. I don't know if you do collect Marvel Legends, you know what I'm talking about. It's a mod a lot of people have done, throwing that holster on there. Another holster from a different figure. A Deadpool, they'll put on that leg, so you have your Punisher with your 2 holsters. I've seen people get vinyl decals and put on here. Even though the PX Punisher came with so many accessories, I prefer the all black head to toe and the plain chest, just because it allows you to do so much with that figure. This head is a Marvel Legends head, Peter Parker from the Captain Universe, from the Build-A-Figure, the Vulture, Wings Wave, whatever. And what I like is with that body mold, the head pegs fit on Mezco figures with no modding. I didn't have to Dremel it or anything. I was able to pop it right on there. Goes all the way down. Has all the same articulation. It just doesn't have the same paint details you'll find on a Mezco figure. But it does work well as generic villains or whatever, with Superman, with Batman, with any other figure. I'm rambling on, but there you go. So that's it. I think Superman is a great figure, a must-have. I know people have been waiting almost 2 years to get this guy, and now they can get it. I think if you didn't reserve it, or if it was canceled by Amazon, get out there, check it out. get your hands on it if you could. I got 2 just because I never got my classic Shazam, and I do like to have multiples of some figures. I definitely am happy I got that. One thing I will point out also, these are the accessories that came with the Henry Cavill Superman. The flesh tones are different from this figure to this figure, but you do have flesh tone hands if you don't mind it. The flight hands are the same, of course the fists are the same, but his grippy hands are slightly different, and he has these slightly more closed fists for holding the Gotham shield, so you could probably interchange these. And then of course you have your 2 extra Henry Cavill heads. So that's the difference in accessories between those. And one more thing I'm going to point out, this is an accessory you may see floating around. Some people are going to be using. It's an optic blast that came with a really cheap version of Superman, one of those $10 figures. And I got the figure on clearance for $250 because it definitely wasn't worth $10. But one thing people are doing is they're snapping it on to their Superman because it goes on pretty well. I'm going to give it a little shave just because I don't want to scratch any paint off Superman, but you'll see it fits on there real well. The first time I saw it done was on Facebook. Someone did it with the Henry Cavill head. It slides on there perfectly, but you could also do it with this Superman to get your optic blast or your heat vision optic blast, your Cyclops. All right. So I'm going to put that on there just to show you what it looks like on the figure. Pose that guy up. There you go. Angry Superman doing angry Superman things, probably melting people, turning them into dust, doing his thing. Fits a little better on Henry Cavill, but like I said, shave it up a little bit and it works just fine. Alright. Okay. Guys, if you tuned in, thank you for watching this super long video. Kind of stretched a lot longer than any of my others. But I appreciate you hanging in there. Alright? If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. I hope I covered everything. I'll drop a link to my Facebook, so you can go there, 609 Action Figure and Customs, whatever, on Facebook. Give me a like, hit subscribe. I'm going to try to do more videos. If you want to see me do more reviews of you know, Batman versus Superman, Batman, or Superman, or Armored Batman. There's not 1,000 of them out there. Let me know. Actually, I already have one of this guy, because he's amazing, one of my top figures. Or if you want to see all the different versions of the Punisher that I've got so far, because I've got, what have I got? I got 6 figures. I think I have 5 open, and I think all of them have different mods on there, so I might do that. I might just do a video on Punisher mods. If you want to see that, throw it in the comments, let me know, and I'll make a video of all my Punisher mods. Hell, I might just do it anyway. Alright, again, thanks for checking this out. Peace.